About a year ago, I did a review of the online guitar learning platform Pickup Music. And at the time, I had nothing but great things to say about it, but they just did a huge UI update. And they also added a few things. So I'm not gonna reveal that yet, but get your bass guitar ready. Let's get into it. Okay, so you may recognize a few things already from last time. Like for example, this caged learning pathway with Molly Miller. She's great on here. And there's a couple others, like check this out. I think at the time I mentioned that you can get these awesome country learning pathways with Daniel Donato. It's funny because this update has made it kind of feel familiar in two different ways. I can't really tell which one. You should weigh in on it in the comments below and let me know what you think. I feel like on one hand, this looks like I'm going through a social media platform, which every platform is trying to go that route. You know, it's kind of like everything has protein in it now. On the other hand, it feels kind of like Netflix. So it's a nice cross in between the two where it feels familiar. And I think that was a big thing that I said in my last video about, I already thought that the user interface last time was great. And I was comparing that to things like Berkeley Online, a very prestigious school. They need this type of update because it's crazy that this platform can have it and they don't. I think it's just great. It speaks to the way I learned somehow. And everything is so easily laid out. Like, look at this, challenges, artist series. Oh, I wasn't gonna talk about this yet, but check this out. Look at this. From the man himself, how to write a melodic prog solo with Pliny. What? And look at the breakdown of this whole thing. It really is, it's like the last interface, but just on steroids. It's so cool. In this case, Pliny's breaking down how to write a prog riff using one of his own songs. So it's just such a like win-win in this case. Not to talk too much about Pliny right now, but I love him.
G'day and welcome to day one. Today I got a fun solo for you that's quite easy and a couple of cool techniques to go with it. This track's a simple one in 4/4 in G sharp minor. So we're going to be using a lot of B major scale and B major pentatonic. The structure's broken up into a sort of quieter verse section with some little pentatonic phrases, and then it moves into a more of a louder chorus section where we're doing some cool octave playing, and then finishing up with a little hammer-on pull-off open string riff. Before we get started on the solo, me and you are going to do a couple of exercises, one of them with open string scales, like...
Oh, I love the view.
Another one with...
They've always killed it on this as well. I mean, this is nothing new for anyone who's been learning guitar online for a while, but like the fact that they've adopted it, right? That overhead view, the way we view the guitar, it's just so important. The artist series is where I could see myself spending most of my time, but there's something on here for anyone. I love this licks section, right? Because I think this was in there before. I may be wrong, but it was so much harder to find. Sometimes I don't have time to sit down. I got kids and a business, so it's, you know, sometimes you just need to sit down and get a quick lick under your belt. Oh, there's so many things that I want to dive into so badly. Oh, and just like I said, it's like it knows me. 5-minute lessons, jam tracks. Everything so clean and very pleasing. Now check this out. As promised, if you look up in this left-hand corner, there was never anything before but guitar. But it says, let's play guitar, and a little drop-down menu. And guess what? Check this out. This is my favorite thing that I saw about this whole thing. I think this was an untapped market until right now, but look at this. Decode your fretboard. Blues, all of this. Intro to slap in 7 days. Cool, all that. Bam. Bass for guitarists. How many of you guitarists out there right now could use beginner bass lessons? All of us. Let's just see. The Neo Soul thumb mute. Introducing the octave. Let's go to the Neo Soul thumb mute.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be throwing away our pick in favor of using our thumb over this Neo Soul Pino Palladino inspired groove. We're going to be working with a familiar shape for guitar
Hold on, I gotta get my bass. Let's see what he has to say.
players, the root 5 power chord, and we're going to be moving between a C minor and an A flat major shape. What's great about this shape is that the root and fifth are totally neutral, and they work over major, dominant, and minor chords. For Neo Soul, you might find the sound of a pick to be a little bit inappropriate. Check it out. It's a bit too bright. So
I never find the sound of a pick inappropriate. Thank you. That's a lie. I just want to rile people up in the comments.
using your thumb and palm muting.
I feel like early like R&B into disco era players played like this a lot, right? So it's funny that we call it neo soul now, right? But this is great. I also think that it's worth noting that they didn't skimp out on the bass player experience. I feel like a lot of care and attention to detail went into the fact that they were going to launch this and give the bass players the experience that guitar players have been getting. I think that's really important to mention. And like I've said, I do think that pickup music is kind of giving you the best of both worlds of like a professional online lesson platform, but with the experience of almost one-on-one lessons with your favorite musicians that you can also learn at your own pace. So I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think they've done a great job again. I didn't think it needed to get better, but somehow they made it better. That being said, I'm gonna go learn more bass for guitarists. So hit subscribe and check for a link below.